I created an explosive game in just 3 days for the 4th annual Vimjam. Let's dive right into it. Vimjam is hosted by Vimlog, a YouTuber and Twitch streamer who creates games and loves game jams. This time, the event is in collaboration with 8-Bits to the Infinity Crew and Retro Indie Josh. Like most game jams, this one had a time frame, precisely 10 days. However, what makes this jam unique is the inclusion of a jam focus. The focus, checkpoints, was announced before the jam began, meaning any game created had to incorporate checkpoints in some way. Then came the theme announcement, Cross Paths, an interesting theme to say the least. Upon seeing the theme, I brainstormed a few ideas, including the likes of Crossy Roads. However, it was while watching YouTube that I stumbled upon an ad for one of those mobile games. You know, the ones where your character battles an opponent with a lower number, and if you win you absorb the number, and gradually accumulate larger numbers until you make a fatal mistake against an overwhelmingly high number. To kick things off, I need enemies. To ensure players don't resort to calculators and trivialize the mental math aspect of the game, I designed enemies that would chase the player if they got too close. I implemented this using Unity's nav mesh agents, and set parameters for their attack range, line of sight range, and pursuit range. This determines how close they need to be before attacking, before chasing the player, and when to disengage. After setting up the enemy behavior, I added billboarding images to the game, using assets provided by Unity's Publisher of the Week, Ravlik. I also included text above each enemy to display their strength. Later on, I plan to randomize the sprites to keep the player from just memorizing the monster kill order. However, at this point the game lacked real gameplay. It was just images rushing towards the player, with no consequences upon reaching them. To address this, I introduced the main mechanic. When two powerful creatures cross paths, the weaker one explodes in a high-resolution explosion. It looks pretty good, especially with multiple explosions. I quickly added an explosion effect for the player, but there was a glitch that I need to fix. With that issue resolved, I added sound effects including footsteps for sneaky enemy approaches, and a satisfying boom for explosions. The main gameplay mechanics were almost complete. Now all that remained was implementing a checkpoint system. I used AI to create these pillar images, and made them display the player's current power level after exploding when approached. Despite making progress, I felt that the test area wasn't interesting enough anymore, so I dedicated a few hours to learn Unity's terrain system, and created a more expansive and attractive environment. You might notice the trees floating a bit. I didn't have time to fix this, so I just addressed this with some creative world building. I explained that it's an apocalypse and that even the trees are ascending, turning it into a game feature. After some playtesting, I increased the number of enemies and ramped up the difficulty, since it was too easy. I was content with the game, but ran out of free time to spend on this project, so I submitted it 7 days ahead of the deadline. Vimlark played it live on stream and offered valuable feedback, particularly regarding the game's difficulty.
Look, everybody, it's a literal wall of text. Is a little guy. Oh. Ah! Mom! The little guys are exploding. Nice landscape. It's gonna blow up on me. You can't come up here. I can't get over the railing though, so I gotta go down this way. Oh god, it can. Is that thing like over 100? It's over 1,000. Ah! I don't know how strong I am. I go boomed. I boomed. Power level 9. Remember to do mental math? So do I go up every time I destroy something? So am I at a 4 right now? So this thing will kill me, right? I do. Okay, so I was only at a 4 then, I take it. No, I was at 5? I feel like it'd be a little cleaner if I just had the ability to, like, having to keep track of stuff like that's a little Like, it's an unfair burden to put on the player. I leave the starting area and everything's like over 100. Yeah, no, I really like the combat. I like that idea of you keep upgrading in your combat. I think that's a really neat idea. I just don't think we need to guess about it. Avoid the 15, go for the 10. Take out the 10, I'm at 24. I'm at 30, 33? Right? I was at 24, I just got 15. No. I was at 24, I just got 15, so now I'm at... Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. Like, I've already lost track of where I'm at. I have no clue now. So now I've got to go find a checkpoint, but all the checkpoints seem to be around things that are like 9,000. Ah, there's a checkpoint. Okay, what am I at now? I'm at 82. Especially because not all of them are like, they're not round numbers. So 152 now plus 152 plus 134 is 2. All right, I can definitely take you out. I'm over 7 something, so I can get that guy. I just gotta not get it hit by the friggin' giant.
In retrospect, I realize I should not have asked university students to playtest my math-based game. Nevertheless, if you're curious about how challenging the game really is and how well it plays, you can try it yourself. The itch.io link is in the description. If you enjoy what you see, consider subscribing.